Hi, I'm Lisa from sewnlife.com, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make these little bags. So they're really cute. They're perfect for Easter because they've got little bunny ears and a little tail on them. So they're in 3 different sizes here, small, medium and large, and they are so easy to make. So for each bunny bag you will need 2 pieces of fabric, an inside and an outside. So I've got a spotty is the outside, and then they're each lined with a white, which is the inside. So the sizes that you'll need for the small, it is 10 centimetres by 30 centimetres. The medium is 15 centimetres by 45, and the large is 20 centimetres by 60 centimetres. Now you can obviously do whatever size you want, but those are the 3 sizes that I've chosen. So that's the fabric, and then you'll also need a pom-pom if you want to give your bunny rabbit a tail, and some ribbon. So I'm going to make up the large bunny bag here with this green fabric. The instructions are exactly the same for whatever size you're going to make. So I've got the 2 pieces here, the outer and the inner, right sides together. And then what we're going to do is mark the middle spot on both of them. So I'll do it on this one, and then it's exactly the same on the other one. So I want to be halfway, which is 10 centimetres. So I'm just going to mark a little mark there. And then the length is 30 centimetres. So I want to mark it where it's 15 centimetres. So what I've got there is a cross. So that is exactly my centre point. And then I'm going to draw a line from the outer, from this top corner there, and then the same on the other side, exactly the same, and then I'm going to cut that out. So I'll do the same for the outside and the inside piece. So both pieces have got the ear shapes cut out now. So what we're going to do now is take it to the sewing machine, and on the outer sew both these seams all the way down here, and on the lining we're going to sew both sides. Now the first side will sew all the way down, the second side we're going to leave down sort of here about 8 centimetre gap, and that's where it's going to be turned out later on. And then just finish off this little bottom section with this inside seam. Now you've got the side sewn, what you want to do is box out these corners, which means that you change these corners so that it can actually sit flat on the floor. So I find the best way to do this is to actually go inside. So put your hand inside, and then it's these 2 corners that you're going to do. So what you want to do is you want this side seam here to lay exactly on top of your fold of fabric there, okay, to make sure it's lined up. And then we're just going to measure 3 centimetres from the top. So just measure, just put a little mark where it's 3 centimetres. We want to make sure that this seam is going to lie flat in one direction. So when you're sewing, make sure it lies flat, okay? So you put a pin over there, and then go and do exactly the same on the other corner. Now on each of the corners, you're now going to cut off that excess fabric on both of the corners. So you can see now that that has given it so it's boxed it, so it can sit flat. Okay, so now what you're going to do is do exactly the same on the corners of the lining piece. So exactly the same, cut the corner, cut the fabric off, do the same on both the corners. So they've now both got the box pleats in, so take the outer piece and turn it right sides out. You'll be able to see how nice your box pleat looks, okay? And what you're going to do is put this one inside this one. So what you'll have is the right sides will be touching. So the right side of this will go inside and touch the right side of that. So put it in. These two pieces should be exactly the same size and shape. Okay, so I'm going to jiggle around, and then what you're going to do now is you're going to sew these 4 sides together. Now the best way I find to get these to completely match up is to sort of anchor them at certain points. So I'm going to sew them together, not sew them, sorry, I'm going to pin them together at this point here, so in this top corner. So that one, that top corner, and then also the other top corner. So that's sort of anchored that. And then what I'm going to do is then I'm going to go to the sides and I'm going to pin the sides together. So where it hits the V, I'm going to pin that together there. And the same on the other side. So then what I've got, you see, is I've got the 4 sort of points anchored together, and then I know now that I can now go and pin between each of these corners, and then when cut off the corner at the top so that when you turn it inside out it can sit flatter. To do that off both of the corners, and then at these points here you just need to very carefully cut in so that when it's turned inside out, don't go too close to the stitching, leave about sort of 3-4 millimeters, so that when it's turned inside out it will sit flat and not pull. And then now need to turn it inside out. Push the bag inside, and then you need to poke out the ears. So first of all, check that everything is going to sit flat, so the corners and the turnings there. And then what you need to do is that little turning there needs to be turned underneath and top stitched shut. Okay, so that's top stitched shut. So now it's turned inside out. What you can do now is take it across to the ironing board and just iron these sections, the ear sections, just so it has a nice crisp edge. So now that that's ironed, I'm going to put a pom-pom on. So I'm actually going to use a glue gun. You can sew it on, but I'm going to stick it on because I just find I like using the glue gun. I don't get to use it very often. So cover it in glue. Hold it in place. So this is now looking really, really cute with this little tail. What we need to do is pinch the ears together and tie them up. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to tie a piece of ribbon round. I'm going to tie it up at the back. And then the bunny ears stick out like that. That looks very, very cute. So I hope that you really enjoyed making these bags and had lots of fun. Thank you so much for joining me, spending your time with me, and I would love to see you in the next video. So if you pop on over there, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a nice day. Bye.